It's like Royce to 5'9", son. Hip hop. Instagram. Boom. We're here. Round fucking 20. Round 20, bro. Fuck, man. Two podcasts unusable from yesterday. You know? I say a lot of dumb shit on here. But that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's what we're signed up for. Just to say the freedom to say whatever. You know, you've heard me say ad nauseum that I have the ability to be wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong. But sometimes you share too many personal things about yourself. You get worried. And I did that yesterday. This doesn't sound good. So yeah, what's going on? Just recorded with, yesterday, 2 days ago, Corey George dropped. It's been well received. Cool having a conversation with him. Those conversations can go deeper. I'm looking to stretch those podcasts out a little longer. I'm thinking as we go, I have a few other people, well, not a few. I have each week's lined up, and we're booked out till July 6th. So, you know, having interesting conversations. I think I'm going to start extending them to a little bit more than an hour, though. I feel like in an hour we're just getting into it by 45 minutes. So you give those a go. Try that next week, as long as Matt's not mad at me. Sorry, Matt. I didn't answer his text today. I'm a lot to deal with, man. Thanks, man. Thanks. I was, talking about it before the last podcast. You know, when you like wake up in the middle of the night from like something you said when you were 6, I'm going to have that with when I ignored Matt's text. I'll be like a grandpa with my grandkid on my lap and go, "What happened, Grandpa? I was supposed to be somewhere." So stupid. But it's all right. He's chill. I'm just, I'm difficult. I'm a person in doses. I am intense. And people say it's passion, but really it's mania. It's big crackhead energy. But the podcast we just did with Carly, she explains genetically as to why I'm like that. So cool. Like some people are born that way. It's wild. And to people who are like, he'll grow out of it, or why can't he? It's fucking cool, man. Cool stuff. So that Dr. Carly comes out Friday. This will come out Wednesday. It's today if you're listening. And we're doing it. We're moving. So what's going on in the world? It's an interesting time. I think the most pressing thing when what's going on, I'm trying to get back to going to normal. Not normal, but I don't want to harp. There's a few things that are really important to me and a lot of people in the movement. It's important to have conversations. I have my school of thought, and I have like the capacity which I can be of service. That's having real conversations with people, continuing to post other people, and then the work I'm doing in the community, in the business community here, and connecting with people and like figuring out what our demands are professionally in Black San Diego business. So that's my focus. That's like my focus. That's where I can think locally and make an impact for my children, because it's a long game, and they just approved increase in the budget, $27 million last week. So, that's not happening. We're not defunding the police in San Diego, but people are up for re-election in November. There's a lot of moves to make, but we need to organize. And there's a bit of organization here in San Diego, but not organized enough for us to be like, to know where to go. You know, we're like scraping it together. We scraped up a little grassroots group that I'm usually a Chatty Cathy. Like, obviously I do a podcast, I talk, I share in meetings, I talk. I just talk so fucking much, but in these meetings I listen. I take in information, and I see how I can support. A lot of it's going to be having people on the podcast so I can better understand what they do and then support what they do. You know, I need to know what people are about. So I'm just going to listen for a while and get an understanding of what's going on. But something that's really on my mind is the level of wokeness that is upon us and going to continue to be upon us. Jeez Louise. A lot of guilt. You know, Dave Chappelle talks about, a lot of, I will group people in. There's a lot of white women who are allies, and a lot of non-black people, men and women, who are allies now. You knew the game. You were in on the heist. You just don't like your cut. You were in on it. You knew. Everybody knew. I don't know, everybody fucking knew. You know what I mean? It's good that it's changed now, but all that woke shit, all that guilt and shit, check, you check your heart, man. But all this wokeness is going to be extreme. It already was extreme. We've gone through periods of aggressive wokeness over the past, couple years since the Me Too movement started. It's been extremely woke. But it's about to get racially woke, which I've said on the fucking podcast, all the virtue signaling, all that shit. I said it on there before, on the podcast before. It's all going to settle one day, and we'll have more acceptance, more tolerance. People are going to be nicer to each other, I think, once this calms down, more. I don't know what this is. Man, I'm a little beat up by the racial trauma. We watched how many black people died. There's 5 black people were hung in a bunch of different cities. Black guy pulled over for sleeping in his car, died, shot, dead. So I said that on the podcast. We're going to see it again in a couple weeks. And of course, people are posting their brunch, their avocado toast, and their booty pictures. I support you, young ladies. Continue to live your best life. But New York and LA keep me inspired. And keep me inspired and connecting with people here. We get preoccupied. I'm busy, man. I'm busy. But for me, I wrote something about it today. And there's people who are, this is a multifaceted movement, and it needs to be revolutionary. I hate to say it needs to be, like, who the fuck am I? What do I know? But I see the potential of it being revolutionary, but in order to make those changes, there needs to be layered healing. You need a time of healing in regards to information and education. Intellectually, what people are taught about blackness and black history is almost all fallacy. It's almost all fake. Or history was written by the winners, and it's almost all manufactured. So that we need an intellectual, overhaul. What our children are taught in schools, that needs to change, which they did in I forgot what city. They made some adjustments. They said they're going to teach Black history in every grade in school. There's going to be a section to talk about it in every grade. So that's a good start. It's a good start. And that's what we want right now. We want starts. It's not all going to change today and tomorrow. Someone's going to either call or think that I'm a nigga in a week or two if they haven't already thought it this week. You know? I don't like to say that word. If you're still saying that word in 2020, you a lame. You a lame. You know who says it a lot? People who are reaching for down, reaching to be down. You hear like, and then of course like rappers and shit. Like, we get it. It's part of the thing, you know. But like the people I hear say it are people who are trying to get cool points. Nah, fam. Shit ain't cool. Shit is not cool, fam. Nah, doggy. You wearing a visu. If you say the N-word, you wear a visu. If you say the N-word, you definitely listen to Chameleonaire. You know? Yeah. That means you're not fucking cool. Just kidding. I'm just talking shit, man. Just talking to myself. But yeah, there needs to be healing on multiple levels, and the level that I'm really concerned with is emotional. It's emotional. Me and so many of my friends, people who are like me, have had this racial ambiguity, this racial purgatory that we've lived in. And even during this momentous time, people are still like on Facebook so casually will challenge your identity. Why do we do this to each other, man? So stupid. I'm so stupid, you know? And it's just a weird, for me, it's finding my place within the movement. You know, I've been rejected by black people my entire life. Just like, you know, just I've rejected. It's rejected. And then white people will always remind me that I'm different. Always, my entire life. And I'm not a victim. I don't play victim at all, because this is just the way my life goes. That sounds victim shit too. This is just the way it has been, you know, and I don't hold this prejudice. But even still to be doing it now, it's just like, but my point is, I need healing from that. I need to heal from that. So that's how I feel with my emotional healing, the things that I've been taught about myself, the things about Black criminality, about Black, you know, addiction, like parts of my, you know, when I make mistakes, I feel such a pressure to make mistakes. I'm like, of course you're making a mistake. You're perpetuating a cycle. Of course you cheat, you know, you cheated. When I do things, I'm doing it with the baggage of my entire race. And that's stuff I've been taught about myself. Stuff I've been taught about. Dude, I just heard something in my headphones. It sounded like, you know when the fighter pilots are driving. Do you see that right ahead of you? Clear to land. Yeah, just heard that in my ears. But why do we do this? Why do we do this? And you know, and that's where we all have to check our hearts, because yes, we can change systems and structures, that is what we can tangibly change. And I am a firm supporter of how can we change systems and structures that keep us fucked up. But we got to search our hearts. I got to search my heart. My white friends have to search their hearts. You know, white people have to search their hearts, man. Like, why are you like that? Why when I explain, why when I say that Black Lives Matter, why is that an argument? Like, why do we have to fucking argue that? That's crazy. What is it about you and people like you that makes you think like that? I don't know what that is. I wonder what that is. You know, I don't know. But what else? I don't want to talk about that anymore. You know, let's be honest. I've said it on this podcast before. I'm a quitter, man. I'm a quitter. I look for ways out of everything. That's part of the reason I did drugs. In relationships, I used to cheat and like, oh, she'll break up with me. Or with friends, I'd say, I'm just gonna stop answering my phone, or I'll stop calling them, or, you know, all different ways to run away. But with my children, as so many of us feel, we're never leaving, right? These are our children. And raising children is a job you cannot quit. You can. There's people who quit, right? I'm not quitting, though. That's the point. There is no part of me that has a quit on my family thing in me. But, my son's dealing with some stuff, and it's really got me worried. So we don't have to get in all the way into it, but I worry about him. I worry about him being judged. That's another thing. His cousins most of his cousins are white, and I worry about them judging him holding him at a different standard because he's the only darker brown one. I shouldn't worry about that in my own family. You know what I mean? I just want him to be able to fail the way he wants to, the way everybody else can fail or make mistakes at the same rate. I want him to be able to do all that, and I don't want him to be judged for it and isolated and feel alone and feel the way I felt, So I worry about him, and I think every good parent worries. But can't quit. I'm not a fucking quitter, But this is all the more reason to grow spiritually, to grow, continue to meditate. I didn't meditate Sunday and Monday. I surely did not. I was buzzing after I had 6 kids in my house on Sunday. Fuck all that, bro. Too many fucking kids. Everybody functions at their own capacity. Everybody has their own bandwidth. And I surely cannot handle 6 kids. Nope. I signed up for 2, and those 2 are that's it. That is it. 2 of them. And we're done. And I'd be at somebody else's house with those kids and have them peripherally around me, but running through my space and like gnats traveling from one side of the house, one room to the next in groups with iPads and on scooters inside the house. And my son's chasing them as the littlest gnat trying to keep up, smacking everybody's back and scratching everybody oh my God, it's exhausting. I'm out. Left my girl high and dry. But you know what? I said, okay, you're probably more calm now that I'm out of it. She said, I wasn't stressed out at all. All right, then. You shining right now. This is your moment. This is your moment. If you're not stressed out right now, shine, son. Live your life. Shine. I got my moments when I shine, right? When I'm public speaking, I shine. Those are my moments. For her, if she feels zero stress and she feels like this is her element, shine, baby girl. I support you. But your boy's out. Cold coffee, bitch. I always have to have a drink so I could say that. One friend said they liked it, so I'm going to keep doing it. One person said it because that's the kind of guy. That's the kind of guy I am. You know what I've been talking about recently? I don't know, and I shouldn't think about this. But every 3 months I think about it. I want to be liked. And I forget what I look like, I guess. I don't know. I don't forget what I look like and what I sound like. But in my mind, I'm a fucking 6-year-old kid who just wants friends. Right? Isn't that sad? 30 years old, still care about this. And I want to keep people happy. I'm very specific about the words I use and the tone I use to speak to people. I don't talk at people. I'm confident in the things that I say, but for some reason, I just want to be liked, man. And I want to hide. So many times I want to hide from people. When I go in group settings, I want to hide. I want to I put my hat down and pull my hood up. I want to hide, man. I'm scared of being judged. That's why doing this podcast is hard, man. Not hard, but it's like a challenge to be able to do it. And I'm proud that I'm able to do it. But it's easy because no one's in here. I'm just talking to myself. But if I had to like say, like, what do you need to know about me? That I'm scared of you and I want to hide from you. You know, it was a challenge to even be here and look at you in the face. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. I wonder when that goes away. My mom says, she said she wasted those feelings in her early years. She said, now that I'm, older, she's like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Damn, I'm hated. I'm jealous. I wish I didn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. You know? But also, which is a challenging kind of mind fuck, because what we do professionally in social media, that's marketing. And not only is it a dopamine kick to get likes and engagement, it also has monetary gain. So even if you say, I don't care about the dopamine kick, if you want to grow something like organically, social media is a component that should be nurtured. So you want to separate. So, okay, I want to be liked. I put this stuff out there for people to like it, to engage with it so I can make money and promote what I love to do. But I shouldn't do it for the likes. I should do it because of the message. But then if no one likes it, it's fucking sticky, dude. And I usually have a very good job of disassociating it. I do a fantastic job of disassociating. Fantastic. I am not married to any outcome when it comes to things I write or things I record. I delusionally believe in myself, so I trust the process. But there's that part of me that wants to be liked as a human. You know what I mean? And you know what else? I inspire motherfuckers. I see people bite my shit hard in the paint, bruh. People bite my shit hard. Yeah. People bite my shit hard. But it's good. I'm inspiring people. I want people to be inspired. I feel like if Eric's bum ass can do it, I can do it. But yeah, it's like, how do you navigate that? I want to be liked, but I don't want to do things for clout so I can get likes. I don't even know what I would even do for clout. What would I say? I don't even have any of that shit in me. I don't even know what the clout chase would be. But I want to be liked, but I have to remove emotional attachment to the content I produce and stay dedicated to the message. But if people don't like it, it doesn't get around, and people don't see it and doesn't get engagement, it's too much. And I couldn't imagine being a little kid, 13, 14, 15, trying to navigate that. I don't think they should. They should not have to navigate that. No one could have predicted that I was going to have to navigate that 15 years ago. So I don't, and I'm 30. So having a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid try to navigate that's too much. It is too much. That's why, suicide rates are up, but only any increase is too much. Let's say that. I'm not going to say a number because any increase in suicidality is too much. But, there's social pressures because of social media. But it's a game you have to play, especially in the spaces that I'm in. As a coach, I work only remote. I don't do anything in person. It's interesting, man. It's interesting to navigate. Which 90% of the time I navigate very well because I don't give a fuck. But then there's every 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I want to hide from everybody. And I'm like, call Benny and be like, no one likes me. And then I get back to normal. It's good for you. I delusionally believe in myself. It's like, you can't tell me I'm not going to do well. I wouldn't believe you. Would not believe you. So it's only healthy to then doubt yourself, after. It's good for you. Why don't you hate yourself like a normal person, sir? I mean that. But we're going to wrap it up. I thought it was hella tight that Carly was able to pull up my genetic predisposition to a mood disorder. That's fucking tight. That's very affirming. It's very affirming because people will say, it's not enough AA. If you grew spiritually, which it helps. It helps if you did this or that all helps. But genetically, this is the way I was made up, which makes me feel like it's not my fault. It's not your fault. Damn, that's some real sentimental shit right there. If you haven't told yourself, I'm gonna ask. That's the title of the fucking podcast. Boom. Let's go. This is not my best work, but we got it done. It was better than yesterday's dog shit. But it's not your fault. I don't know. Maybe you need to know that. Maybe you need to know that. Maybe maybe you need to know. I got some stuff that's happened in my life that I really need to tell myself it's not your fault. All right, let's wrap it up. Eric_Big Mood Coach, bigmoodcoach.com, HOE podcast on Instagram. Ho podcast. We're really leaning into that ho shit. We're really leaning into I just spoke Spanish English. I'm really leaning in it. I'm really leaning into the ho acronym. So, we have merch coming in the next month. Merch. New logo is being made, produced. It'll go right here. So new logo coming up. Merch. Room and Board Studios. Yo, shout out to them because I am a lot, bro. Fuck. Everything that I do it like it's my job. And I take that shit super seriously. And it's a lot to deal with. So shout out to them for just creating a space for me to do what I love to do. So I appreciate them. We're literally about to record our third podcast in just a few minutes. So we're out of here. Peace.
Vultures circling above, they're all in a piece, but they don't even know my name. Won't get even to swipe for the train. Cloudy, ride to the airport, gonna get right for the plane. Customs.